Am I starting off or are you starting off, Janelle?
I think Janelle froze. So,
I think so too. I'm like, oh, wait a second.
um, I I'll just say hi here and I'll let Janelle pop back on if she pops in here. But welcome everybody. Thanks for joining us for our team call. Janelle is hopefully popping back on here soon. I think she's got some internet problems, but I know she is also popping this over to Jennifer from corporate here. If you guys have not met Jen, she is amazing. So you'll have to like come up and meet her when you see her at convention, talk to her. She is fantastic. But um, Jen, do you just want to like tell a little bit about yourself while we wait for Janelle to get back on?
Sure. Okay, so I have been in health and wellness and fitness space for about 17 years and in the network marketing space for the last 12 years. I joined Plexus last May, and it has been the most incredible journey. You ambassadors have just been bringing me so much joy in the last year. I've loved getting to know each and every one of you and really discover that you all mean what you say and you say what you mean, which is just incredible to me that you guys are showing up for yourself and you're showing up to help others do the same. And so I'm super passionate about helping people step into their power and discover their uniqueness in who you are and your superpower, and just really helping you find more joy in life and lead with joy and happiness in Plexus, and have Plexus help you create the life you want to live, and not have Plexus be your life and not have your other careers be your life, but have this be the gateway to creating what you want your life to look like.
Love that. Janelle, I think you're back on too. Are you with us now? I see her.
She's muted. She's muted.
Okay, I'm trying to unmute her.
I got it. Oh
Okay.
my.
Yay!
Anybody can do this, you guys. But what I caught from you, Jen, was an amazing introduction. And so just thank you so much for being here and for pouring into us and talking to us a little bit about joy and how to find it and how to keep it and what to do when we don't have it. I just know everybody's going to go through seasons of that, or they already have. And that is just something that I think, recording this is going to be super helpful even later on if people aren't in that season right now. So take it away.
Awesome. I want to give a shout out to Reed Fletcher, who is on this call as well. He is the field development manager for the East region of the United States. He's here because a lot of you are also in the East region. And so I just wanted to include him in this. And so if you are in the East region and you're looking for support, reach out to him and or Chris Smith. He's the field development specialist working with uh, golds to senior rubies, and then Reed works with the jewels in the East. So super excited to be here. So I hope you guys have a pen and paper and notepad ready, because I'm going to be giving you some things to do and some questions to answer. If you can write them down and drop them in the chat if you have time, that would be great too. But most importantly, I want you to write down this information so you have it. First of all, do you believe that you are in the right place at the right time and that Plexus is the right company for you? I'm going to say this statement a lot tonight. If you have any doubt, growth and success will not happen for you, because growth and success cannot exist on the same plane. And you cannot afford to dabble in self-doubt. And I know you've probably heard this before. Network marketing is really 90 to 98% mindset, and then the rest is actually doing the business. If you are not in the right mindset and know that what you're doing is for you, and know that Plexus is the right company for you, and that what you have to offer can help other people, it's gonna be really hard to be authentic. And I don't know about you, but I can read through people who aren't authentic. I can tell automatically when somebody doesn't believe what they're telling me. And so we need to get to a place where we can have that belief, where we just know that we're in the right spot, we're with the right company, and we have the right supplements. So if you're not there, what do we need to do, or what do you need to do to figure out if you're in the right spot? Here's the deal. Maybe you joined Plexus and it was the best thing for a time. And now you're going, I don't really know. I'm not sure. So we're going to ask some questions today. Okay. What are you in pursuit of in life? And how can Plexus help you do that? What are you passionate about in life? Right? Those two things. What are you passionate about? What are you in pursuit of? And then how can Plexus help you achieve those things? How can Plexus help you reach those milestones or create the life that you want to live, right? Authenticity, like I mentioned before, is going to be the key to your success, right? You need a reason to show up every single day. You have a reason probably that you need the income. That's why you signed up as an ambassador. Do you have deadlines? Have you committed to doing certain things every single day to be consistent? A lot of you I know are on here and you've been taking Plexus products for years and you consistently take them every single day. If you didn't, if you took them only 2 or 3 days a week, what would the outcome be with your health and wellness? We wouldn't reach our goals. So have you committed to working consistently every single day to reach the deadlines that you've set for yourself? Is that something that you have? And then are you committed to doing those things, more repetitions every single day? Because one thing that defines successful business owners from people who aren't successful is they are committed to showing up and doing the work, whether they feel like it or not. But I'm here to share with you how you can turn maybe this, oh, I have to do the work mentality, or man, I really don't like this doing part of my business, so I'm going to do it at the end of the day so that we can reframe because I want you to find joy and passion in every single thing you do for your Plexus business. You might be sitting on the other end going, Jen, some of the stuff's just boring. It's not even fun. That might be true, but what if I could tell you you could find a way to be excited about every single thing that you get to do with Plexus? Hopefully, at the end of this call, you guys are going to be able to walk away and put some things in action so that you can find that joy and passion, right? So, how many of you currently set goals with deadlines? How many of you know when you want to reach a certain rank, when you need to earn a certain amount of money by, and you know what you need the money for? Maybe it's because you want to add on to your house. Have you done the research for what that all entails? How much is carpet? How much is and kitchen cabinets for your kitchen? How much is paint? How much is new appliances? Have you done the research to know exactly how much money you need? And then do you know by when you want to have the date set? Two things are going to happen every single time you decide that you need a certain amount of money. If you don't have a deadline set and it's just like, well, someday I'm going to do that, guess what? That someday is going to be never coming around for you because you don't have a deadline. You don't have a reason to show up and get the work done. So, one thing that happens with creating that deadline and then going and doing the research, you can get so excited about the possibilities and the opportunities of actually creating and doing the things because you are looking into all the things that you get to do to add onto your house. Maybe it's going on a family vacation. So you're looking at all the things that you want to do. Maybe it's retiring your husband from his work and you can plan out all the things that you're going to do once your husband is retired. Then when the going gets tough, you have something to fall back on because you know the plan, you have a plan, and you're excited about the outcome of your work because you know you have a deadline to hit and you're going to show up and do the work whether you feel like it or not. If you don't believe me, I promise if you just try it, maybe you set a monthly goal and then you break it down into weekly goals that are going to help you get your monthly goal. I bet you're going to find out you're going to be excited to show up every single day. So, my next question to you is what is it about your Plexus business that gets you so fired up and excited to jump out of bed and get to work? What is that thing? What is it? If you're sitting here on the other end of the screen and you're like, oh my gosh, I don't really know. Like, I'm just dreading the work. I've been doing this for so long. I'm tired. I'm tired of dragging people. I can't seem to find anybody. And man, also, I'm kind of just, life's hard. I have some hard seasons in life right now. Guess what? I hear you. I feel you. We do have those hard seasons, like Janelle said at the beginning. And so how can we, I know a lot of you probably came into here, into this business because you finally were going to do something for you, right? Maybe some of you were like, man, I am a wife, I'm a mom, I'm a teacher, I'm a nurse, I'm all these things, and I have all these different hats, but I really don't know who I am. And so this Plexus business was a way for you to kind of discover some of your passions and joy. And now are you on this new area in life where you're like, now I just have another hat. Now this is just something else I have to do. Is this you on the other end where you're feeling like, man, I just took on another thing on my plate that I have to do? What if I could tell you there's a way out? There's a way out of this thing because it's going to start with what excites you of getting out of bed. If it isn't the work, can you be excited about the outcome of the work? Can you be excited about what can happen if you show up every single day and do the work? I think it's going to start with setting some goals and deadlines and then reverse engineering what that looks like to show up every single day. But first of all, what excites you to get out of bed? What used to excite you to get out of bed if you don't know what it is right now? So if you're not sure, that is something I want you to look at and look at what you've built and look at the things that you've done in the last month, in the last 6 months, in the last year, 3 years. What is it that you were able to find joy and passion about? Is there something there you can draw on? Or can you look forward to the future of what this business can do, right? What is it that you want to do this month? And how can Plexus help you do that? You have to get very specific with your goals and the income that you need and the number of people that you can help. And that starts with coming up with what it is that you need. Okay. So your team is going to do exactly what you feel. I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news. It's kind of like being a mom. You're not allowed to have any feelings other than joy and happiness, right? And then you're sitting here going, "Ah, Jen, that's the same thing. You're telling me I have to have joy and happiness in my business, but dang it, I'm tired. I don't want to just be joy and happy all the time. I want to be sad and angry and upset because all these things are happening." Guess what? You can do that too. I absolutely am not a believer in only experiencing positive and happy emotions. We aren't in charge of our emotions. We aren't in charge of our thoughts. They just come to us, but we're in charge of what we do with them. Okay. Did you guys know that feelings and emotions last in our bodies physically for 90 seconds? 90 seconds. I remember the first time I heard that, I looked at the person, I said, yeah, right. I have been really upset for 3 days. So it's 90 seconds. I have proof for 3 days I've been upset. I did not believe it lasted for 90 seconds until I discovered that it lasted for 3 days because I attached meaning, I attached a story, and then I created a novel around the one thought that I had. Is this you? Do you do this? Okay. So if this is you, right, I have some solutions for you. Because while we aren't in charge of our thoughts and our feelings and emotions, we are in charge of what we do with them. So the number one thing is I need you to sit with those emotions for 90 seconds. I need you to really understand why you're feeling that way because sometimes we just are sad, right? Sometimes we are just angry and it's okay for us to be angry, but we can't stay there. So sitting with that feeling and then saying, okay, is it true that this happened? And what can I do about it if it is? And if it's not, how can I let it go? Because I'm here to share that every thought and emotion that you have is going to turn into something else. Okay, I'm going to share my screen really quick to show this fun little graphic. Okay, we all come from different walks of life. We've all had different experiences. We all have different circumstances. So our circumstances can create those thoughts that we have, right? It's going to put them into us. If we take those thoughts, depending on what we do with them, they are going to produce feelings in us. They are going to produce either joyful, happy feelings or frustration or anger or sadness. And those things are going to generate how we show up and take action. And then that action that we take gives us the results, whether we like it or not. And so you can see how important it is that we get control of our thoughts and feelings that come to us so that we can show up in a different way and get the results that we're looking at. I don't want you to stuff those feelings. I don't want you to say, I'm not going to pay attention to those. I want you to feel them. I want you to write them down on paper. I want you to discover why you're feeling that way and then look at it. How many of you are familiar with the reticular activating system? It's one of my favorite things our human body does. It is, let me give you an example. Suppose you decided you wanted to buy a new car, and you and your husband, or maybe it's just you decided a make and model and even a color that you want. And the first time you leave your house, you see those cars everywhere. And you're just like, what's happening? Is everybody just as cool as me? And they decided that they wanted this car and they're just two steps ahead of me. I want to be in the cool kids club. I can't wait to get my new car. No, that's not really what happened. What happened is those cars were always around. But your brain didn't know it was important because you never told it. But the minute you decided it was important, it filtered in all of those cars into your sight so that you could see them because you said it was important. How cool is that? So, with our reticular activating system, it works the same way with what we tell ourselves, with thoughts that we take and generate novels, whether they are true or false. And oftentimes, we create a novel that's false, and our brain wants to protect us. That's its job. Its job is to protect us from everything. And so it will start filtering all the things into your sight to prove you right, even if your thought is false, even if your belief is false, even if you are a great leader, but you're telling yourself you're not, and that you're not good at this and you're not good at that, your brain's going to point out all of the things, mistakes. I don't like to call them mistakes because you learn from every choice that you make. It's going to look at past choices that you deem as not good qualities, and that's all you're going to notice. But what if you could say, you know what? I have struggled with being a good leader and I've struggled with finding people, but I'm turning this around because I'm totally capable and I'm good at X, Y, and Z. And you take some time and you write it down. Our reticular activating system is also going to filter in all of the good things that you've done in the past. And it's also going to notice all of the good things that you do every single day. Whatever you focus on grows. Whatever you tell yourself grows. I'm sure a lot of you have experienced that with a negative thought where you assumed something and you wrote a story that turned into a novel, and then none of it was even true, right? Am I right or am I right? I've done that so many times, and then only to find out I just made this huge novel about something that was not even true. So, what if you could flip the script and tell yourself the positive things about yourself? And when you start spiraling or when you have a negative thought, you come up with a plan. And I'm going to share with you in a minute what that looks like of how to replace that thought. So you can immediately, I call it scratching the CD. That ages me. I could say scratching vinyl, but I wasn't really around for that. But scratching that CD to disrupt that thought so that you don't keep ruminating and just staying there. So you can notice the thought, ask yourself, is it true? Is it really true? What evidence is there to support that it's true? And if it is, and there is evidence, what can I do about it? What's in my control? And then what that is, write down that action, and then you do the action. If there's nothing you can do, then work through, I'm currently struggling with this. Here's the actual truth of how I can flip it around. And this is the action I'm going to take. So here's 2 assignments. When you walk away from this, I'm going to have you sit down with a timer for 5 minutes. I like to do this on a call so we can get it done, but we are short time today. We're going to set a timer for 5 minutes and you're going to write down. Actually, maybe let's do this. Do you guys want to take the next like 7 minutes to do this writing assignment? It's 2 different writing assignments, or do you want to walk away? Just unmute yourself and say yes or no, or shake your head. Anyone? Yes, you want to do it now? Is everybody in agreement for yes? Okay, I'm going to set my timer. You're going to write down, I'm going to set my timer for 4 minutes. You're going to write down every thought that comes to your mind about your struggling with the business, whatever negative things are going on in your head, you're going to write it out. Don't worry about punctuation, spelling, complete sentences. If you're mid thought and a new thought comes in, start writing the new thought. Okay, you're just trying to get all of the things that you are telling yourself over and over again out and onto paper. So, timer is set. Go.
is the only way. When you see the light of day, I'll be gone.
You have about a minute left.
'Cause she gon' make you lose your mind when your heart's on the line. No, no, I don't stand a chance to fight when it comes down to the wire. I wish I could retrace the steps that I'm about to take, but if it's left a chance of fate, I'll be lost.
Okay. That probably wasn't long enough, but I want you to sit and just pay attention to how you feel right now and kind of look at what you wrote. Maybe you're looking at that and going, I didn't even know I was thinking these things about myself. Or, well, that's totally not true. Why would I think that? Or maybe you're looking at your sheet and going, man, all of this is true. Your next assignment, we're not going to have time tonight. I want you to go back and ask yourself the question to each thought that you wrote down. Is it true? Is it really true? And what evidence do I have to support it? If you have evidence that it's true, what can you do about it? If it isn't true, I want you to write the truth. I want you to write the truth and cross it out. And then okay, does that make sense what you guys are going to do with this? Okay, for the next 3 minutes, you're going to write down everything that makes you an awesome Plexus business ambassador, an awesome leader, an exciting friend in the business, somebody who's good at getting solutions to people who need it to change their life. All of the things that you're excited about in your Plexus business and the opportunity that you have to do well at this and the skill sets that you have. We're going to write all of those down in the next 3 minutes. So go.
Be the yeah, yeah. Breathe a little deeper, honey. Take my hand. This will be the yeah, yeah. All that we've been dreaming of is up ahead. Another year gone, and we're staying up till midnight. Throwing off the past while we're waiting on the sunlight. When the stars start turning to blue, make a toast to something new. This will be the best year yet. Breathe a little deeper, honey, take my hand. This will be the best year yet. All that we've been dreaming of is up ahead, and I know this will be the best year yet. I know this will be the best year yet. I know. This will be the best. Yeah, yeah. Somehow I know it's true.
About 30 seconds.
This will be the best. Yeah. Make a toast to something new. This will be the best. Yeah.
All right. Okay. I feel like I'm kind of shorting you because you probably needed more time, but at least you have a great start and you can go back to this. Okay. Because here's the deal. People don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. They buy your belief. Do your actions line up to what you're saying? Are you doing the things that you're saying? Are you going to your team and breathing belief into your team and telling them they can do this? And then you're going back to your little corner and you're telling yourself that you can't and that you're not going to do it and that you don't need to do it or you're incapable, right? If that is you, there's a way out. And it starts with doing what we just did, getting the negative out on paper and then focusing on the positive, getting the positive things out. If you are not doing personal development every single day, it's going to be really hard for you to continue to grow and be successful. So that's my number one takeaway. Make sure that you're carving out 15 to 30 minutes every single day, non-negotiable. Can you commit? Can you commit to doing 15 to 20 minutes of personal development every single day, whether it's listening to a podcast, whether it's reading a book, whether it's listening to an audiobook? I need for you to commit to personal development every single day. I also need you to commit. I saw some people in the chat talking about they don't like doing cold messages. Guess what? I don't like cold messages either. Unless you're a person who just doesn't care and it's who you are and that's your superpower, go you. But usually you can have success by developing relationships and building trust. And that looks like making friends with people on social media every single day. Set a goal to add 5 friends a day to social media. Set a timer for 10 minutes and go spend 2 minutes per person looking at their profile, looking at their reels, seeing what value that you love, commenting and asking a question and becoming friends with that person. And then you can constantly be having a funnel of people that you're talking to and building relationships with so that when time comes, it isn't a cold call. It isn't an icky message. You've established a relationship. You've established trust. You've provided value to someone and you've gotten value back from somebody else. So that is my second thing is making sure that you're filling your funnel with new friends. You guys are professional friendship makers. How cool is that? And then you have the opportunity to really pick your coworkers. I don't know of any other profession or job where you get to pick who your coworkers are. So choose wisely. If you don't have a relationship or know somebody, it's going to be really hard to know if you want to work with them. And so taking any and everyone puts you in kind of a scarcity mindset. When you can be in abundant mindset and moving forward and knowing that you're going to find the people who need you and you're going to find the people who are givers just like you, and you're not going to have those takers that say yes and they take and take and take and take and take, but they never give back. Y'all probably have some of those people on your team, right? And so by filling your funnel every single day and committing to making new friends, you have the possibility of making it a little bit easier for you to find coworkers that align with what you are doing, that want the same thing that you have to do and have to offer. So I want you to answer these three questions when you walk away from here, okay? Because when randomness rules, mediocrity reigns. Brendon Burchard said that. When randomness rules, mediocrity reigns. I don't know about you. I don't ever want to be mediocre because I know that every single day I can reach for the stars and I can become better and better and better. That means I cannot be random. So don't be random, okay? You guys each have your own unique superpower, and that is you. You yourself and you are awesome and amazing because of who you are. your history, your mistakes, as you like to call them, or your failings have made you who you are today. Imagine if I've heard people say, if I could go back and erase all the things that I did wrong, I don't ever want to do that because guess what happens? I will erase myself. I will erase who I am. So, how about we can look at all the things that we've struggled and learned from and move forward and recognize that you are your greatest superpower and people need you. So, question number one, what is holding you back from being successful in this season of life? What's holding you back? What's holding you back from committing to time? What's holding you back from committing to more effort? What's holding you back with working on your belief? What's holding you back from being more present on social media, sharing about the business opportunity through your journey, inspiring others to see themselves in you? What is it what's holding you back? Number two, what could you implement to change your current business? Do you need a new schedule? Maybe you actually need a schedule. Do you have a set office hours with tasks that are set up in that office hour time where you're doing this for 10 minutes, the next thing for 15 minutes, and then the next thing for 5 minutes? So you show up to work and you know exactly what you're going to do and you set your timer and you get to work. Do you need to implement that? Do you need to implement more personal development? Do you need to reevaluate the reason you are a Plexus Business Ambassador? Do you need to look at why you're here and what you're looking to get out of this business? And number three, how will you hold yourself accountable when number one decides to creep back in? That thing that's holding you back, when it decides to creep back in, how are you going to hold yourself accountable to staying committed to what you said you were going to do? What is that going to look like? Last thing, you can't fake belief. Automatic negative thoughts attract you. It's called ants. You can turn those automatic negative thoughts into automatic positive thoughts. And it starts with what we just did, and then focusing every day on something that I call glimmers. They are the things that bring you joy and happiness that you notice. Maybe it's you notice the birds singing outside as spring is coming. Maybe it's the coffee that you're sitting down and having. Maybe you're reading a book with your child before to go to school. Those little glimmers of joy and happiness, start looking for those. And I promise you, you will find more and more and more of those coming into your life because remember what I said, what you focus on grows. What you focus on grows. So, I hope you guys can walk away from here more excited and more passionate about the outcome of showing up every day so that you can show up every day with consistency and you can find people who are as committed as you to changing your life and creating a life that you want to live so that you can have more joy, happiness, and fun in your life. If you're not doing something fun every day, overwhelm is going to creep in. Overwhelm does not happen because you have too much on your plate. We are always going to have too much on our plate. Overwhelm happens when we forget to lead with joy and to have fun. We forget to do the fun things in life. We forget to do things that bring us joy. So that thing in your business that you currently dread doing, I want you to reframe to, I currently struggle with doing this, but I'm going to do it first thing every day because everything after that is just going to be exponential and you don't have a weight hanging over you all day long of you need to do the thing you hate. So we're going to reframe into liking it. We're going to do it first and then everything will get better. Y'all have done that in college and high school where you had a research paper assigned and you waited for 8 weeks to do it. And then you like everything was weighing on your brain for 8 weeks. Everything you went to do, you were worried, you went on a date, you were worried, you were having fun with friends, and it was just weighing on you. You were not able to experience the full joy and happiness of all of those moments because you didn't do the thing you know you needed to do. You kept putting it off. Don't be that girl again. Don't be that girl in high school or college who put everything off. Do it first thing so that you can experience joy and happiness in all of the other moments that are going to follow you each and every day. And I promise success will find you because you're going to create it. I'm excited for April. So excited for April and May. Tomorrow, on Thursday, we're having a Plexathon from 1 to 3 Arizona time. You should be getting an email. You probably going to get some text, be blasted, get your team members on. It's going to be so much fun. We're going to have help for increasing your enrollments. We're going to have some special guests, prizes, giveaways, opportunities to earn things. So make sure you share this, blast it to everybody on your team, and get everybody there so that we can just have so much fun and connect with each other and increase our enrollments and get people solutions so that they can change their lives too. Anybody have any questions?
Awesome. Thank you so, so much, Jen. Oh, it's so refreshing to have just very simple tools, honestly, to kind of know how to help and what to implement so that when we do have those times, like this is great. We did notes, we did an exercise, we can watch this recording, and it's just something that's tangible. And thank you very, very much. Thank you for your time. I know these late calls are not your favorite, so I appreciate that very much. And just thanks for adding value. We appreciate you.
Thank you guys for showing up for yourself today and for your team, and just excited for all the things. I know you guys are going to implement the things that are going to bring you joy and passion. You're going to find those things and you're going to make the rest of the year phenomenal. I know you're going to do that. I have that much faith in you.
That's right. It's a choice, right?
It's a choice. Every
All
choice
right.
you make is a step to help you become the person that you want to be, or it's not. Remember that.
Awesome. Spot on. Thanks again. Have a
Thank
great night.
you. All right. Bye.
Bye-bye.